Hello and welcome to the Golden Rule Day. It's a joy to be with you on this auspicious day. We are having a global collaboration for Golden Rule Day with 5 global organizations. These are the Golden Rule Project, the Charter for Compassion, the United Religions Initiative, Grandmothers Global Healing, and Pragati Leadership. My name is Arun Baklu and I am one of the coordinators for the subcontinent of India and Pakistan. By 2022, we visualize this subcontinent being a lighthouse of peace, compassion and prosperity. Over the next 24 hours, you're going to hear some remarkable stories about how people have been compassionate to themselves, how they have been compassionate by helping other people, and how people have collaborated to care for Mother Earth and her inhabitants, including animals. We will also share individual performances and songs with you to lighten our hearts and to challenge our thinking and give us hope. Anytime during the programming, we would like for you to visit the goldenruleday.org website and to sign 2 different charters and 2 pledges. These are the Golden Rule Pledge, a recognition of acting on behalf of others, the Charter for Compassion, affirming the words and works of the Charter, the Green World Charter, recognizing the possibility of regreening the earth in 1 generation, and the Peace Pledge, an effort of belief and action that we can act differently when confronted with pressing problems. We need your enthusiastic support and involvement in order for us to together transform the earth into a more compassionate place. You can watch the Golden Rule Day as it is being broadcast, or you can come back and watch segments that you might have missed during the day. You will be able to visit the goldenruleday.org website to see the entire programming for April 2019 and also programming from Golden Rule Day 2018, which is up on the website. Thank you very much for joining us on this global webcast. We encourage you to invite others to join, and we hope you have a great time watching this offering from all over the world. We'd like to begin the offering from the subcontinent with the voice of 2 Nobel Peace Laureates, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Mr. Kailash Satyarthi. Enjoy the viewing.
Today's world, highly developed material thing, but still we are facing, I usually call, some kind of emotional problem. Many problems, some you see due to the global warming, that beyond our control. But then many problems, including killing with weapon. When we born without a weapon, but mother's milk. So these all, I think, we too much sort of emphasis on material value. Not much pay attention about our basic human value. That is human love, human compassion. We too much emphasis on we and they. Even religions also use division, we and they, and killing. And nationality, my country, their country.
My dear sisters and brothers, I extend my heartiest greetings and congratulations on this very auspicious day, the Golden Rule Day. When we try to make the golden rule of life compassion, justice, peace, gratitude, kindness, nothing could match with that. That becomes divine. Compassion is a divine gift, but we ignore it. we do not acknowledge it and we do not use it properly. It is not just a drop, it's an ocean that God has given to us. Let us try to embrace everyone in this ocean of compassion. And compassion is simply a connect which is human to make this world a better place. This is a feeling to feel the suffering of others as it is your own suffering, and with a desire and drive to change that situation of suffering. We are connected through fast speed internet. We are connected through high speed chats. But when it comes to human connect, then we lose. And that's why let us create a compassionate world by way of igniting compassion inside us. And that is possible only when we love children, when we respect childhood, and even when we learn from our children. We can learn simplicity, purity of heart, forgiveness, more quest and desire for learning. Children can teach us. So, dear sisters and brothers, let us make a compassionate world by way of making our institutions, our systems, religions, corporations, and family more compassionate family. Thank you so much.
Look around yourself for a moment. Everything you see and everyone you see was all part of the same solar nebula 4.5 billion years back. Doesn't that thought make you think about how interconnected we are, how similar we are? That these molecules that make up this body were part of the same origin? That the horse running in front of me was part of the same origin at one time? And that the molecules that make up my body right now were part of other bodies at some point in time? They could have been part of trees or vegetables or other animals. And even if you look at the body, it's 60% water. And this water could have been in a lake somewhere, it could have been up in clouds or springs or even part of other bodies. Remembering this innate oneness that we all experience in our body, in everything, and even in our breathing. The breath that you just took had 400,000 argon atoms that Jesus breathed in his lifetime, that Gandhi breathed, that Martin Luther King breathed. Just remembering this interdependence and remembering how deeply connected we are is a beautiful foundation for the Golden Rule. Because when we remember that we are one family, one beautiful family with the same origins, how can I not treat the other person with compassion and care? He or she is family. The animals are family, the plants are family, the earth is family. It's all one big family. And when I remember this, I also take great respect and care for myself. I give myself respect, I give myself care, because I have come from an infinite source. I have come from this same cloud, this amazing solar nebula. And I also take care of nature because it is the same. So Golden Rule comes naturally when we remember our intrinsic oneness. And also if we remember another thing, that whatever I send out into the world also comes back to me. In fact, the Sanskrit word for giving is linked to da, and for receiving is linked to a. So when we say Anand, it means fluent receiving and fluent giving. An and Nand. And it also means joy. So when I become part of this fluent receiving and fluent giving in life, and I give compassion and I give kindness and love and generosity and abundance to the world, it comes back to me 1,000-fold. And this, dear friends, is in a way what the Golden Rule is about and what compassion is about. And I wish you a great life of giving, receiving, of oneness, of celebrating our humanity and celebrating the Golden Rule every single day.
The realities for both the countries, Hindustan and Pakistan, are just the same. And it is really time that we change the narrative. And I really appreciate this effort of Charter of Compassion to breed more compassion between the two countries. We went online with a school in Pakistan last year, and it was a beautiful experience when children of one class over here spoke with children of one class in Pakistan. And both of them, they said they are just like us. And it was then we realized that for what reason were they thinking for all these days that we are entirely different. Between them and us have layers and layers have come either of media, what we hear through other people, or through the whole political environment. But really speaking, when we talk to each other, we are just the same, looking for all those common things. The children are looking to do better, to learn more. They had common interests in terms of what they read, what they sing, what they like to do. As teachers, when we came together, we had common interest in terms of how do you really educate and make a difference to children such that they grow up fully blossomed, they have a joyful learning environment. So everything that each of us as teachers, as students, and I think even parents, that's what even parents want. They want to bring them up, bring their children with all the love and care, and to see that they are successful in everything that they do. So our intentions are common. It's just that our geographies are different, and it's so important that it's time we start to come together to look at things that we yearn for, that we look for. We gift each other with our richness, and we just continue to build on this love, compassion and trust, for that alone is the truth. And hence this song from Swadha is a gift to our dear friends in Pakistan, the school that we connected. And the intention is we continue to connect year after year, such that soon we are able to also come together and celebrate either through a common project or some work, or just meet after meeting online after some years.
अमन कण कण में है, हर क्षण में है, हमेशा से है यहाँ, हमेशा से है इस पल में भी। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। अमन में उत्पन्न होते हैं सब स्थान, अमन शांति में जीवित होता है हर समय हर काल। अमन में ही उजागर होती हैं हर भावना, अमन शांति में ही जन्म लेते हैं सब सोच और विचार। अमन में ही खिलते हैं सब दृश्य, ध्वनियाँ, सुगंध और स्वाद। अमन शांति में ही जागते हैं समस्त सुख और दुख। अमन में ही जन्म, अमन में ही मरण। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। अमन से निकलता है आपका शरीर, अमन में ही उत्पन्न होते हैं आपके विचार। अमन में खिलखिलाते हैं मन के एहसास, अमन में ही उत्पन्न हुआ आपका कल, आज और आने वाला कल। अमन में ही उजागर होता है आपका सारा जीवन। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। अमन में जीवित होते हैं आनंद और कष्ट, सभी कामनाएं, भय, क्रोध, सभी दुख, अकेलापन, शंकाएं और संदेह भी उत्पन्न होते हैं अमन में। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। अमन शांति में ही जन्मा प्रेम, स्नेह, दया, सहानुभूति, आनंद। अमन में ही क्षमा, उपचार और निष्कपटता की रचना हुई। ये सब अमन शांति के ही भाव हैं। विवेक और ज्ञान मौन के ही उदाहरण हैं। सच्चाई और ईमानदारी भी मौन शांति की मिसाल है। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। अमन शांति में ये सब उत्पन्न होते हैं और विलीन भी। विचार, भावनाएं, एहसास और संस्कारों के जन्म लेने से पहले, उनके दौरान और उनके बाद क्या शेष रह जाता है, जिसका ना कोई जन्म है और ना ही मरण। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। जब सब समाप्त हो जाता है, तब यहाँ क्या नित्य है और सदा ही विद्यमान है। वही अमन हो तुम, यही सत्य है। वही अमन हो तुम, यही सत्य है। इसे समझें और आपके जीवन का संघर्ष समाप्त। इसे पूर्णता में होके अपनाएं। आपके जीवन की तलाश वहीं पर खत्म हो जाएगी। सांस लें, सांस छोड़ें। हम सब शांत स्वरूप हैं। हम सब एक ही हैं। हम सब शांत स्वरूप हैं। हम सब एक ही हैं। हम सब शांत स्वरूप हैं। हम सब एक ही हैं।
I'm delighted to be sharing today about Lisa McGregor, who has written an absolutely beautiful book called A New Alphabet for Humanity.
I believe we can create a better world through education. So I decided, isn't it time that we created a new alphabet to empower our children to become the best version of themselves?
A is for
abundance,
B is for
bravery,
C is for
compassion,
D is for
diversity,
E is for
empathy,
F is for
fun,
G is for
gratitude.
With this alphabet, we're unlocking the imagination and potential of so many children around the world. Be part of this movement. Help us to spread the word even further, and let's change the world together. Thanks for watching.
I want to change the world.
And we are absolutely delighted to have Lisa with us on the line from Brisbane. And thank you very much, Lisa, for joining us. And I'd love to inquire from you what exactly prompted you to write the book. And then I have a few more questions. So tell us, Lisa, what inspired you to write this book?
Oh, thank you so much, Arun. I'm excited to share. It's such a beautiful story. I have a young son. In fact, he just turned 4. And, for many years now, I've been sort of living in this question of how can I make a meaningful contribution to the health and well-being of people and the planet. And it's really informed so much of my work. And one day while I was at the beach with my son, I was looking at him and I realized, wow, I've taught my son the alphabet. He's picked it up. He's learned the words. And he was looking at me and I thought, it's just so interesting that we start with the mind. We teach mind concepts, like A is for apple, B is for book, C is for cat. And it occurred to me in that moment, I thought, why is it that we're not teaching words like compassion and empathy and diversity from an early age? And so I literally got inspired just in that moment. I had a little notepad and I started to write down a list of words. And I thought, I want to teach my son these words. Right. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me, well, what if I were to put this into the format of an alphabet? Uh-huh. And so this list of words came streaming through, and I walked home, the end of the day, we were at the beach, and I shared it with my husband. And he said, Lisa, this is really profound. You've literally rewritten the alphabet. Uh-huh. so it was an incredible, inspiring moment where I realized that it's never too early for us to be teaching our children words that allow them to connect with their hearts and really connect with the essence of humanity. And so A New Alphabet for Humanity was born through that. And it's been an incredible journey ever since, just unfolding the book and really the community around what we're doing.
Excellent. Thanks, Lisa. And how does your book the new alphabet, a new alphabet for humanity, link up to the golden rule. And as you're aware, the golden rule is do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. And you said to me in one of your mails that this was something you grew up with as a child. So tell us a bit more about the link of this beautiful book to the golden rule.
Well, it's so beautiful for me to recognize that synchronicity when we started talking about the Golden Rule Day. And really, from such an early age, I remember my mom talking about the Golden Rule. And I realized that that really planted a seed in my consciousness from an early age that really the best, most honorable thing we can do in our life and experiences is learn how to be great humans.
Yes.
And so the essence of this book was the idea of teaching children the values and qualities that we all desire, how to be a great human being, how to embody kindness and compassion and empathy and gratitude. And it just excites me to recognize that, you know, young children they're so capable of taking on and understanding these concepts from an early age. And so that was really my inspiration, just recognizing that there's such a link, you know, just learning how to be a great human.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks. And then, you know, I guess once you start radiating some of these qualities that you put in the book, they kind of mirror back. Then life sort of tends to give you back the same thing.
Really, this is so exciting. I apologize, and I should have mentioned, I think I might have shared with you, my inspiration when I started this book was to incorporate as many UN SDG goals as I could. I've always had a heart's desire that this book, somehow we could work in partnership with the United Nations. And so just you know, quality education, renewable energy, you know, healthy communities, so that I tried to incorporate as many of the 17 goals as I could. Excellent. So I should have mentioned that, but that's also something that's been part of the very beginning, the incarnation of this.
So all good wishes, Lisa. Thanks so much. And one last message that you'd like to leave with the viewers of the Golden Rule 2020 all over the world.
I think the idea that as individuals, we can make a difference in the world. We can change the world, and it really starts with us. And it's never too early to recognize that we can make a difference. That's my message.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Lisa, for joining us for this global broadcast on Golden Rule 2020, and really grateful for your message. And I pray that your lovely book really goes all over the world and creates ripples of compassion and joy and peace wherever we are. Thanks so much.
In his letter on care for our common home, Pope Francis says, "We are faced not with two separate crises, one environmental and the other social, rather with one large, complex crisis, which is both social and environmental. The problem we face today is a problem of frozen hearts, coupled with the sense of isolation that stems from our hallucination of separateness from ourselves, each other, and the planet. I have embarked on a research on this subject, and I would like to share with you my findings from a recent visit to an exemplary community in India, the lovely organic state of Sikkim. In my recent visit to Pakyong, a rural town in Sikkim, I wondered, how does a state with just about 600,000 people spread over a tough mountainous terrain become fully organic? The least populated state in India, located amidst the Himalayas. People in Sikkim smile a lot. They are warm, happy people, content with their minimalist lifestyles, which by default makes their homes eco-friendly. Old rugs and furniture are repaired as needed and still serve the basic purpose of providing a space to sit. Some still have earthen cook stoves in their houses, along with a variety of farm animals like hens, goats, dogs, cows. The rich flora and fauna of the land extends to most households, which mostly have the space to tend to them as well. Owing to this immersion in nature, the people of Sikkim seem to come across as grounded and in deep connection with their roots. The connection of the people with other members of the community runs deep and makes for a harmonious living environment. That was the most inclusive living setup I had ever witnessed. Integral to the conversations was deep listening, which was natural and provided for without any prior training by all parties. Care is generally a term that people live by, offering guests the very best, going out of their way to accommodate them and make them comfortable. This sense of care extends to how the people engage with their land, the state of Sikkim. The sense of shared ownership is seen when people are plugging as they walk, stopping by to give passers-by a lift to the next stop. Starting with children early on, even as they walk long distances to school. Starting at one doorstep, joined by the next child en route, then the next, kids remain fit while learning to stick together for the purpose of reaching school. It is these kind of connections that form a society that is safe. Crime, hence, is unheard of. I was told primarily because everyone knows everyone else. People are happy and content in their spaces and make their lives colorful by coloring their homes instead of collecting items they don't need. Those who own land do not desire to build palaces and live in them. Instead, they desire to build something that is of relevance to the state, with the aim of leaving behind a legacy, something for their future generations to remember them by. All in all, by way of integrating compassionate practices into their daily lives and being deeply rooted to the earth, the people of Sikkim have established themselves as an embodiment of Avalokiteshvara, the compassionate one. Let us revisit the 6 paramitas. I witnessed all of them. Generosity, giving compassionate support to those who need it. Virtue, directing principled compassion towards all beings. Patience, being fully in the present moment. Wholeheartedness, showing up with energy and determination. Concentration, non-aggression and serenity. And finally, wisdom, the power of discernment and the presence of compassion. It is possible that this is a one-off case. It is possible that there is no correlation between compassion and inclusive communities that are built on sustainable living principles. It is also possible that the dialogue of climate change is really about our quest for awakening compassion.
When we look again, that is what respect is about. It invites us to look beyond the forms and go deep into the essence. The word respect comes from respect. Look again. When you look at another human being, drop the goggles and filters of your prejudices and biases. Look again. When you look at nature, drop your greed and your avarice and look again. Understand that nature is who you are. It's all one. Look again and treat nature with respect. When you look at other people, remember that they are forms, wave forms of different colors and sizes and shapes on the same ocean of life. Look again beyond the forms to the essence of life. Respect. When you look at yourself, do not go by your past or the future. Just be in touch with the wonder that you are. Treat yourself with love and compassion. Look again, respect.
Hi, I'm Atri Saha from the Orchid School, and today I'm going to be talking about the theme which the school undertook this academic year, called respect. And now, what is respect? Yes, it's a verb, it's a noun, various things that you can say, but mainly to respect means various things to various people. You ask anybody, they immediately say, oh, respect time. respect means respecting languages or respecting people. But actually respect can be accompanied with any action of yours. So that's why this year, from the month of June, we made sure that we had different places where we termed respect and we coined it with an action like respect ethnicity, respect languages, respect helpers, respect elders or resources for that matter. And then we made kids realize that what is the importance of respect. And how did we do it? We asked them to do things which would make them realize automatically through their actions that how a small little change in their lives, which could be much more respectful, could make a big impact in someone else's life or their own lives. Like for respect time, we told kids just try to be on time. Try to be on time to class when you're back from any of your co-scholastic period or from your lunch break, or try to be on time in the morning. And they did that. And similarly, we had respect languages where kids learnt different languages, especially their languages of the house help, so that they could converse with them better and make them feel a part of the family. Just a 7-letter word, respect, but such an important and a very heavy, deep-rooted word. And to do this, we also at the end of the year culminated it into an exhibition. And every child wrote about one small thing, one small change that they did for the word respect. And then they wrote it in a beautiful way along with an artwork and displayed it in the school atrium.
Respecting time was my mission for this year. Not only did I practice being punctual for all the tasks that I was involved in, but I also inspired my students to use their time effectively. We also practiced to value the time of the people around us. We need to remember, time and tide wait for none. Sustainable use of resources guarantees that they will remain for our future generation. So this year, for saving resources, me and my learners decided to come up with something innovative. We observed that every year during 15th August and 26th January, people buy plastic flags and very soon it becomes redundant. We decided to make paper flags with waste paper. Not only that, we also embedded dry seeds in it. So, this flag could be worn during national festivals and later we could plant them in a pot. We tried this out and within 2-3 weeks came up a tiny sapling and we named this our plant of freedom.
In Bharatnatyam, we do namaskar by touching the feet of our gurus and by touching ground, which indirectly helps us in learning how to respect our elders. In Bharatnatyam, we also learn many languages as we learn many compositions which are composed in different languages like Tamil, Telugu, Sanskrit, Hindi and Marathi as well. Hence, I would like everyone to respect our tradition.
So when my mom told me about how cancer patients lose their hair due to treatments, made me realize how their self-esteem could get affected. So I decided to donate my hip-length hair for this cause. Till then, I never thought doing a work for others would make me happy. But because I did it, I realized that even in a small way, I had impacted someone else's positivity.
In our school, we have kakas and maushis who clean up after school and during the lunch breaks if anyone spills water or food. When we spill food, we normally call the kakas and maushis to clean up after us. But I think this is wrong. They should only be cleaning up when they're supposed to do. So, when we spill anything, I think that we should clean up after ourselves and they should not. This is the topic that has affected me the most and I think we should actually work on this.
This year, the theme respect has circulated all around school and that's why I decided to give it a try. I decided to give it a try with a grandmother that lives in my society, fondly known as Prabha Ajji. She has a walker and so my friend and I have been accompanying her so that she can go and pray at the temple as well as meet her friends. This may be a small act of respect for some, but it means the world to that Ajji and I. For me, that's the power of respect.
So you see, these were the different kinds of ways we celebrated such a small little topic, just a 7-letter word, respect, but such an important and a very, very, very heavy, deep-rooted word. So that's how one word having 1,000 expressions, and 1,000 expressions having multitudes of experiences. Thank you.
The Qawwali is a beautiful form of singing which is known in the Indian subcontinent. In what follows, the students of the Dr. Kalmadi Shamrao High School in Ganesh Nagar, Pune will sing us a Qawwali inviting us to take care of our environment. Enjoy.
Bye.
may our compassion also touch the lives of farmers and all those who give us our food. Dr. Vandana Shiva, a well-known global activist for the preservation of indigenous traditions and indigenous seeds, runs an organization called Navdanya. Let's listen to her about her views on safe agriculture. We will also see after that a clip about the citizens' movement for safe food in Compassionate Pune. The movement is called the Annadata movement, and Annadata stands for those who give us our food.
That shift from a killing logic of hate, which is now embodied in the poisons in our food and our agriculture, that same logic is also destroying the very basis of health.
Mother Nature is full of generous gifts. But it is only if we treat her with kindness and treat her with purity that she will continue giving us her gifts. In the compassionate city of Pune, the citizens have launched a movement for safe and pure food. The movement is called the Annadata movement. What the Annadata movement seeks to do is to treat all with compassion. Farmers, giving them a fair price for their produce, treat the soil well without any pesticides, without any chemical fertilizers, and also treat our consumers well so that they can eat nourishing, wholesome, pure organic food and be healthy and strong. So really the movement is about compassion for the farmers, compassion for the soil and our earth, and compassion for the consumers and their families.
We are
The Universal School.
And this Golden Rule Day, we are excited to share with you all the little things we are doing today to help make the world a better place for all of us.
What is compassion? And is it a virtue found only in saints and great people? We don't think so. Each one, no matter their age or size, is capable of compassion. And so, we signed the Charter for Compassion to prove our point and to put compassion above all values. This feeling of love and concern for all forms the pillar upon which our organization sits.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals have become a personal mission and a cause for us. We adopted them as our theme for the years 2019 and 2020 because we believe the success of the SDGs that was signed by the heads of 193 countries rests with us, the people of those countries.
So the academic and co-curricular activities of this year were designed in such a way that they revolved around the SDGs. In fact, the themes that we chose for taking up the British Council International School Award this year focused on some of the SDGs like peace, justice and strong institutions, good health and well-being, reduced inequalities, life on land, life below water, climate action, and we hope to cover many more next year.
What was most exciting was that we collaborated with schools from Taiwan and Scotland as part of the project. We also collaborated with organizations like Initiatives of Change, Chinese in Action and PCGT on themes like conflict resolution and youth making a difference in the world.
The idea of gender has been under much scrutiny lately. And with the kind of society we live in, it is difficult to raise questions and concerns which we may have related to it. But we have found that safe space at school where we can openly discuss and understand these issues with the experts in the field.
There is a refugee crisis that the world is facing, but I had this notion that it is out there somewhere and should not really concern me. I participated in the MUN, and I remember the topic was protection of refugee children at the risk of exploitation. When I began reading and researching, I was shocked to see the impact of the crisis. Very often, we're so lost in our tiny bubbles that we forget how big the world outside is. and how simply becoming aware is the first step to acting for a change.
The visit to Our Lady's orphanage was so much fun. We shared things and played with other children. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for the things that happen. Thank you never ends. I'm thankful to the moon as it gives us night time. I'm thankful to the animals to give me milk and food. I'm thankful to the sun to give me light and energy. I'm thankful for the zoo. I see so many animals there. I'm thankful for my FitKit class because they make me play. We carry our own lunch boxes and spoons. We do not carry any plastic spoons or plates. My teacher says plastic waste gets into the ocean and kills fishes.
The annual day, it is a huge deal. Dancing, costumes, drama. It is a thorough entertainer. But this year, we took it up a notch by making it not only an entertaining but also a learning experience. The theme of this year was Saving Our Natural Heritage, where we created awareness about climate change and urged everyone to be conscious and mindful of the impact they have on the Earth's biomes. In fact, in the process, we have become more mindful of our own habits and lifestyles.
We are doing our bit by trying to be more compassionate towards our fellow humans and the environment. We have only one message to share with you. Give peace a chance, give love a chance, and let compassion flow from our being to yours. There's a choice to make it. We're saving our own lives. It's to make a better day, so join me.
Welcome to Agar. Agar is a small, quaint village tucked somewhere in the Aravali's in Rajasthan, India. We've been working here for 3 years in the fields of education and livelihoods. So for education, we set up Masti Ki Pathshala, which translates as School of Fun. We don't do the geography, the physics, the history, but simply our goal is to ensure that children feel confident enough so that they can solve real life problems. In livelihoods, which is taken care of by Mati Meet Gramin, we've done 3 huge projects related to stitching. Let me take you down memory lane so as to recap our journey of the last 3 years.
This is the story of a community service initiative of the Pathways World School, Aravali, India. Pathways World School, Aravali has adopted a school called Gyan Shakti that was set up for the underprivileged children in 2014 under a single tree. Pathways has created a special space on their school campus to support the learning and development needs of these children. The entire Pathways community, that is the students, the teachers, parents and administrative team, interact with these underprivileged children regularly for various service initiatives and engagements to build their abilities and awareness about how the world works. The teacher facilitating learning at Gyan Shakti is also being supported by Pathways for professional development and has been regularly guided for effective learning strategies and tools. The students and teachers of the primary school have come up with several self-initiatives such as creating games and puzzles, story narration, workshops and dance, music, art and yoga to enhance the skills of Gyan Shakti students. The primary school has mapped its curriculum to encourage and create increased awareness amongst the community of learners about the Sustainable Development Goals. Students have been engaging with reflections to identify solutions and opportunities for supporting and creating a better world.
Hey everyone, on this beautiful day which is the Golden Rule Day, let's celebrate all of us coming together with our hearts and connecting to the oneness which is in all of us through love and compassion, irrespective of which part of the world we come from. I'm going to play a beautiful Hebrew song which means how beautiful it is for all of us to come together again. And the song is called Hine Ma Tov. So all of us, including the birds and the animals and nature, are coming together to present this song to you. Here goes. Hine ma tov umanayim shevetahim gam yahad. 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 Hine ma tov shevetahim gam yahad. Hine ma tov shevetahim gam yahad. Hine ma tov umanayim shevetahim gam yahad. Happy Golden Rule Day.
Shantir Antariksham Prithvi Shantir शान्तिर् औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर् विश्वदेवाः शान्तिर् ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शान्तिः
It's burning inside, the hurting and the suffering. Minds creating anger, fear and pain, suffocating our times. The tougher it gets, the rougher social media cries. But we see to it that we tweeting only negative lines. We're sick and tired of history, but repeating it twice. Greed, anger and violence, clearly stealing our nights. Feeling it tight between the shoulders with a chill in the spine. Pinching myself, waking up, trying to stop the rewind and move forward towards stories, overcoming our fears. Choosing love over hate, praying, trading hugs over tears. There's only one choice, breaking down the walls and repair every broken heart on this planet till there's no longer fear.
Walls can't hold us in. Fear can't keep us down. Love will rise again. Yeah, it's rising right now. We shall overcome.
Every time I think it's gonna take much longer,
we shall overcome.
every time I question, am I getting stronger?
We have just begun.
Gonna make a change, we gotta push much farther.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Young Gandhi couldn't fathom how to deal with himself when he was thrown off the train and the pain that he felt. Mrs. Parks disrespected, dragged into jail because of the color of her skin, organs, tissues, and cells. One day, a young girl was shot on a bus by a man, a terrorist, part of the Taliban. He said, on this land, you have no right to stand for what you believe in. Girls have no chance here. Well, now, that's just the story of three souls who shook our planet after being down on their knees. And it's not gonna stop. Those seeds have now become trees, and as human beings, we'll keep on digging till we find peace.
Yeah, the cynics always say
that nothing ever changes, that human nature's bound to stay the same. But it couldn't be more plain that violence never pays, injustice never stays, it's bound to fade away. What if history awaits? What if today's the day? We already know the way, so let's all lead the way. We shall overcome. Every time I think it's gonna take much longer, we shall overcome. Every time I question, am I getting stronger? We have just begun. Gotta make a change, we gotta push much farther. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Come on. Longer. We shall overcome. Every time I question, am I getting stronger? We shall overcome. Make a change, we gotta push someday. 'Cause I'm feeling it deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. We shall
put your hearts together. Here we go. Woo! I knew it. God had a plan for us to do it. To hit rock bottom before we rise and continue. To first learn greed before we learn to be human. To do wrong deeds before we learn to spread beauty. There's always a plan, and now it's time to take a stand for the right of the planet, every woman and man. We ain't gonna stop, only growing our demands for all beings to feel peace in every heart and land. Thank you, Lord, for the strength and the courage to bring us together and keep our souls nourished. These tough times will only drown in our chorus, cause we all believe that the truth is before us. We shall overcome this pain. We shall overcome this day. We pray for love to lead the way. Pray for love to lead the way.
Ladies and gentlemen from all over the world, goodbye from India and Pakistan. We hope you enjoyed what you saw. I'm deeply grateful to you. Thank you very much. Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. Have a good time and God bless.